Today on personality type superpowers, we're going to be talking about the S type on the disc, or the steadiness type. And I'm going to show you how you can use your superpower to work with strong D personalities. Now, as an S on the disc, there's something that you understand that none of the other personality types get. It's this: nothing good comes from conflict. Someone always loses when there's a conflict situation. As an S, you get it. You know that conflict is always bad, and it's always to be avoided. People talk about reconciliation and how they can patch things up, but you have this insight into people where you know that even though we say it's reconciled, it's still there in the gunny sack, and people are going to pull it out when they need it and use it all over again. The D's and the C's in your life, they'll wade right into conflict with this chaotic hope that somehow something good is going to come out of it, that conflict is going to make us stronger, or we can learn by arguing, or something like that. But as an S, you know it's a false hope. So this is where your superpower comes in. Your superpower is avoidance. And by avoiding conflict, you can eliminate all the bad outcomes that come from being in conflict with someone. So let me tell you how you can use that superpower you have of avoidance to work with a D personality in a conflict situation. As an S, you know that there's few problems that can't be solved by doing nothing. So one of your key strategies when you work with a D is going to be doing nothing. Now let me explain a little bit about how a D is, what a D looks like, and how it interacts with your gift. Ds are strong people. They're driven. They want to accomplish things. They're large and in charge. If there's a leadership vacuum, they want to fill it. In other words, they're totally obnoxious. The secret to working with the D is this: you can outweight them. Your steadiness personality has the ability to sit there and do nothing and avoid things until the D goes away. And you're using your strength against the weak point of the D's gift because they so want to accomplish something. By sabotaging or just moving slowly, you can get them not only to go away, but to do the job themselves. So here's three keys, three secrets for working with a D. Number one, slow the process down. D's hate it when people move slowly. They want everything to get done fast. So if you want to get out of their world, the best way to do it is to move slowly. And it comes naturally to you. Walk down the hall in a peaceful manner. When there's a meeting, come in a few minutes late and take a couple minutes just to decide what chair you're going to sit in. But whatever you do, slow the process down. The meeting can last longer. The conversation can last longer. The deadline can get pushed out because you can outweight a D. Your second key to working with Ds is this: agree in person and resist when you're apart. Some people have accused you of being passive aggressive and not being able to talk about what's really bothering you, but you're invoking the strategy of avoidance. It's your superpower. So when you're with a D and they're upset because no progress has been made, just say, "Oh yeah, I hear that. I see why you're frustrated. I can understand that. Okay, that makes sense to me." The key is to agree with the D without making any commitment. And if they specifically ask you for a commitment, you want to equivocate. "I think I can do that. Yeah, we can probably meet that deadline." And if you say something equivocal with a confident tone, then you're not tied down to anything, and they get the impression that you're going to do it. So, slow the process down, number one. Number two, agree in person, but resist when you're apart. And number three, when you're conversing with the D, if you want to get the D out of your world, you do the same thing in conversation that you do with process. You slow the conversation down because Ds hate slowness. So when you're asked a question, ponder it. How long can you stretch out that silence before you ask? If someone asks you for a piece of information, say, "Oh, I think I've got that back on my computer. I'll bring it to the next meeting. If they protest, oh, I'll email it to you later. But everything can be made to take longer. Another way to extend the conversation, tell aimless stories. Stories that aren't connected with anything you're talking about, or ramble off the point. Bunny trailing is another wonderful strategy. Another way you can use your avoidance superpower is sit in the corner out of the D's line of sight and don't participate in the conversation at all. So let's sum up. As a steadiness type, an S type on the disc, your superpower is in avoidance. And when you are avoiding, you're powerful. You're even more powerful than a D when you're in your avoidance mode because you can outweight them. So use that superpower, be successful, and avoid a conflict today.